All right, so just a bit of a disclaimer. It's the boring stuff, but we'll get over it quick. So the contents of this presentation are for informational purposes only and do not constitute medical advice. Always seek the advice of a physician or other qualified health provider before making any changes to your diet and exercise regime, okay? Now, just a bit of an introduction of myself. My name's Michael Pritchatt. Up the left side of the screen, you'll see my wife, Alicia, my two beautiful daughters. I'm a father, I'm a husband. You'll see my community out the front of the studio. I have a great team, great community, which you'll learn a little bit more about throughout this presentation. Look, I help everyday Australians get into shape with my team, but also I help like elite athletes. So there's a photo of me in France with the water ski racing team of Australia, helping Australia with their endeavours with their sports over there. And then I love investing, that's what I'm assuming you guys are here as well. So I've got 17 properties. I'm a client of B.invested and still grinding, trying to get more properties as well. So that's a little bit about myself. Been awarded, I've been part of personal training masterminds in Australia and twice been awarded the top of the class with some of them. I've done ultra marathon runners, competed in combat sports. I've been an Oompa Loompa on stage. It's not a fun part, I hated it. Right? But had to do it to learn. I'm a big believer that I need to go through the trenches to actually learn so I can teach my clients, my bodybuilders, my athletes, and my community. With my businesses, I got three focuses, three stresses. I got my face-to-face and personal training business, Mind Performance Health. I've started a supplement business now, Mind Performance Health Nutrition. And then I have a community, I'm a co-founder, where we have over 300 personal trainers worldwide, where we help personal trainers with their skills business as well. And my goal over the next 12 months, it's very simple with what we do at MPH, and it's to help Australians win the war against obesity. That's really what we're trying to do. And I also want to help with my team, high performers, win in their sports and careers. And I just want to provide a service with the supplements and our coaching that just makes you a little bit better. Yeah, that's the goal. Now, how to get the most out of this presentation? The trends in Australia. It's going to be simple, guys. You can sit here and it'll be boring, but if I prompt something and it's reflective of yourself, please engage. If I say put your hands up, please put your hands up. You also have access. The team at B.invested did an amazing job. You've got your, I don't know if you've checked it out, but the bags, inside there, I've given you actually our client user manuals. What I recommend to do is take them out, because what I'm going to run through is going to be reflective as what's in there, okay? And I think my goal is to give you something out of this. So I'll be prompting certain pages in there that you can reflect on. And if you have any questions, we're going to do Q&A at the end of the presentation after Nate's done. But please let them know. I want to help you as best as I can, give you the information if I have it. Cool? Cool. All right. Who loves money? Hands up. Let's put it to the test. Hands are down. I reckon that's bullshit. Right. Cool. All right. This will be a test. Who loves going to the gym? You know what's crazy? I swear there's the same amount of hands, and I know that's bullshit. All right. Now, this is pretty scary, but I've got to make it known. This is the Obesity Evidence Hub. Trends in Australia for adults with obesity. So they did some studies, 2022, 2023. They found that 65% of Australians, close to 70% of Australians, are living with obesity or being overweight. From 65 to 74 years, it's 40%. Outer regional, remote Australia, it's 70%. So 7 out of 10 Australians. And severe obesity, like it says here in point number 4. BMI of 40 or more than doubled from 2.2 to 4.6 in 2022 and 23 from 2007 and 8. That's pretty scary. So the trend of obesity and being overweight in Australia, it's just climbing up. So on average, 7 out of 10 adults are overweight or obese, 7 out of 10. So when you're walking throughout the street, 7 out of 10 people you see on average are obese or overweight. Meaning maybe only 30% of this room is actually at healthy body fat percentage. I'm not judging. But what's even more scary is the obesity trends in Australian children. 1 in 4 Australian children are living with obesity, or overweight. That's what they found in a 2023 study. But that's a quarter. That's quite a large percentage, and that's coming up as well. But what's the actual problem? Like, is it just a confidence issue? You don't like what you see in the mirror? What's the actual problem with being overweight or obese? It's the second leading risk factor, only after tobacco, to ill health and death, right? It's pretty scary. It's also linked to 30 diseases: cancer, cardiovascular, high blood pressure, cholesterol issues. I've seen them all with clients coming in that have had these issues. And type 2 diabetes. So, guys, summary, we're at war with obesity. And very simply, my goal tonight is just to influence one behavior. Yeah? So one behavior. And it's just to take, I'm going to keep it simple, nothing too complex, but something you can action, that's my goal, that will make you fitter, healthier, and live a better quality of life. And a modern pervert, I was going to say modern pervert, but it's a bit strange. Let's come back. So a modern proverb, a healthy man has many goals, but a sick man only has one. And this is very, very true. I've sat down with multi-millionaires, they've had everything, had all the success, and let me tell you, they've had heart attacks, and there's only one thing they can think of, right? And they don't care about anything else. So I don't want you guys to get there too. So my promise to you tonight is I can show you how to get in shape really fast, transform your fitness and transform your health. And ultimately, I just want to improve your better quality of life. And I know this works for busy professionals, fathers, mothers, kids, actors, professional athletes, bodybuilders, and more, so there's no excuse. Because I've worked with busy professionals, fathers, mothers, kids, actors, professional athletes, bodybuilders, and more. Right? So it's applicable to everyone. And I personally think true wealth is both investing with your finances and also into your own health. And I'm sure Nath would agree, because I hear you preach it all the time as well. And just as a bit of an idea of what's put myself together, I'm a byproduct of many great mentors. I spent a lot of time, money, and resources going to different areas of human performance, functional medicine, sports nutrition, strength and conditioning, and a lot more. But my thing is to combine in the trenches experience with evidence-based practices, and I only speak on what I've seen works with clients. This is Loretta. She's a mother. When she first came to us, her main thing was she had a lack of energy, lack of confidence, poor hair, skin and nails, and just was a lower quality of life before starting. And then in 12 weeks, we lost 17 kilos of fat, and in her own words, better hair, skin, nails, better confidence. Okay? This is Michael, a busy professional. He's a school teacher. He looks jacked, right? Now, with Michael, busy teacher, busy lifestyle, could have had all the excuses in the world, but he took action, and you'll see a big transformation. 13% body fat loss in 16 weeks. And there's a reason I'm talking about body fat in some cases. Clayton, he's a tradie, worked long hours. When I first sat down with Clayton, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, type 2 diabetes, was on a lot of medication, okay? He was at a point he really needed to do something for his heart health. He took action. As you can see, great transformation, got to a healthy body fat, and he went into remission for all the medication, okay? So sometimes you have control over those things too. This is one of our trainers, Taylor, at the gym, just showing some fast transformations as well, so you give them an idea what we do. Just over 10 centimetre loss around the stomach in 4 weeks, okay? And Josh, another one of our trainers, there's a 6-week transformation. So what my point is here, all different demographics we work with, whether it's a fast transformation or it's a bit slower, our goal is to try and get the best quality body transformation that we can. All right, we've helped a range of clients, like we're known with MPH, yes, for helping a bit of athletes and bodybuilders and stuff, but to be quite frank, 90% of our clients are just like you, that just are looking to improve their health and fitness. We do over 500 PT programs each year, and I've sat down with 700 consultations, over 700 health and fitness consultations. So I've seen all different walks of life, ages, from really young to old, all different problems. So yeah, I just want to share what the conversations I have in those conversations so you can take it away and take action. So I'm going to share the methods that I've learned to improve your body composition. Body composition is your fat on your body, it's your muscle mass, amongst other things, not just weight loss, and your health and performance. But you may have heard the saying, it's 80% nutrition and 20% training. But who here actually believes, and be honest, put your hands up, that nutrition is the main roadblock for you with your body fat and health and fitness goals? Yeah? Cool. And that's what I usually find as well, and I would agree. So here's what I'm going to do with our short time together. I'm going to share nutrition mindset strategies, right? Because I'm going to be straight, it's the bullshit stories sometimes you tell yourself that hold you back. It's not your genetics. You're not big boned. All right, I'm going to teach the MPH nutrition philosophy so you can dominate your fitness goals as well. So you can build more muscle, lose fat, improve your strength. And I'm actually going to give you a 90-day action plan, very simple, okay, that you can take away from tonight and actually do something and not just sit here and, listen to me pollywaffle on. And if you follow the plan, you can end up like me. All right? I don't know how my wife Alicia would like that, but no, she shakes her head. Okay, so everything I'm going to cover is in the book now. When it comes to health and fitness advice, the world is drowning in information. There's a lot of information on your phone. You're on TikTok, you scroll, you see something. You're on Instagram. You might go on YouTube to get your information. But what I'm finding more now, especially when I sit down in consultations, everyone's more confused now than ever on what's going to work for them, okay? So the world is drowning in information but starving for wisdom. Once again, I'm just curious, who's done the carnivore diet? Cool. What about keto? Keto's pretty popular. Good. Intermittent fasting? Nice. All right, so we tried things, well done. So I've seen all of them work. I've seen carnivore work, I've seen keto work, I've seen the intermittent fasting diet work, but I've also seen them not work, all right? So it's not like one philosophy or trend, sometimes they're fad diets, is going to last long term for you. So with nutrition mindset strategies, we often start at MPH. I very carefully listen to the stories you tell yourself. So when I ask questions in the consultation, I'm paying attention to what you answer back to me, okay? And why you say you're not where you're at. Because, like investing, I've heard Nate say this before, it's the limiting beliefs that do hold you back with your wealth, I think, and also your health goals as well. These are just some examples. And, we have, like, I am a foodie. That leads to struggle with consistency. I am all or nothing leads to yo-yo dieting. What's another? I am just big boned, or I am just too old to lose weight. Justifies inaction and lack of effort. Right? You might even find that some of these speak to you. That's okay, we'll change them. Right? I'm always going to be overweight, or I'm not disciplined enough. So when I'm asking questions in a consultation, I'm hearing what are the stories said back, because that's where I'm going to start first, because that's going to influence your behaviors. And simply, you can be right, or you can get results, right? Those stories are bullshit. Just make a decision now to do better. That's just simply what it starts with. And don't let your IMs turn into I had or haves. I've seen it. I have high blood pressure, I have high cholesterol, I have type 2 diabetes, I have lack of self-confidence. They lead to I had a heart attack. These can be symptoms due to your limiting beliefs, stopping you from taking action, okay? Same with your wealth goals, I would imagine. Like if you have limiting beliefs, it'll stop you from achieving your wealth targets or wealth goals as well. Simple reframes. All right, these are in the book too, but I am a healthy person that eats for performance. I'm an athlete that eats for performance towards my end goal. This is what you can switch to. I'm a healthy person that eats a range of healthy foods that give me energy, strength, and vitality. Sometimes you've got to change your story. Because if you change your story, you'll potentially change your life. All right, and I've seen I've seen the conversations that clients have in their head before starting with us, and then the conversations they have at the end, they're totally different. And just like investing, there's going to be certain character traits you'll need. One is grit. Shit's going to happen. You're going to get injured. You know, you're not going to be motivated all the time. You're going to need grit. I don't want you to be, 7 out of 10 in that statistic. You're going to have some grit. Delayed gratification, what you put in now is going to matter later. You won't see it. You won't go to the gym in a week and not look like Arnold Schwarzenegger the next day. All right? But each step you put in is compounding towards a better health later on. Removing complacency. Complacency is a big one. I hate complacency. I really hate it. And I say it for myself, right? I really don't like complacency. So complacency is a silent killer. It will lead to, blood pressure issues, type 2 diabetes, things like that. So we want to get rid of that. And aware of ignorance tax. Ignorance is another thing that will cost you your health and also will cost you money in investing, because if you don't know and take action on something, you're behind. Clayton, coming back to Clayton, he got rid of the bullshit stories, made a decision, learned the skills, took action, got the accountability, and reversed all these issues that he had, okay, till he was off medication. And I want to just go on a side quest here, a side journey. Who has kids? Cool, I got kids. They drive me crazy. I had my daughter last night, I think it was, and I was like, she scratched my face. I think she was trying to wrestle in bed, and she scratched my face. I was like, shit, I got an event. Kind of scratched it on my face. But who wants their kids to be healthy? Cool. Now, I'd be very surprised if that was not the same number of hands going up, because I would hope so. These are my two girls, my Layla and Elena. I love them. They drive me crazy sometimes. I get frustrated, but it's true love. But what can you do to help your kids win the battle against obesity? It's a big question, because remember, the trend's coming up. It's not going down. All right, the trend's coming up, so something needs to change. You have all the information in the world at your fingertips, but it's not working. And what I have seen work is simply you leading by example. Okay, so you leading by example. Right? When have you ever been in an environment where it's influenced your decisions? You're here tonight. I'm saying some things. Hopefully you action one thing I say, and then you'll go away and action it. Hopefully Nathan says one thing, and then you'll action, the property investing side, and you'll get a return. That's due to you guys being here, but your kids are the same. They're going to see something you say and do, because guess what? You're their first fitness coach. Like it or not, you're their first personal trainer. Okay? So if you don't teach them the right way, it's going to impact them. This is our client, Jason. You can see he got in really good shape. He's been with us for a few years. Jason was with us for a couple of years, but he saw what his dad was doing. He saw how he was eating. He saw how he was training. And I'd say, because his son would come sometimes to our gym sessions and he would join in. I'm like, what are you doing, Jason? I'm just curious. And he goes, I'm not doing anything really. He's just watching, following. I'm not pushing him too hard, because I've also seen that. I've also seen if you're a parent and you push your kids too hard, and I've seen this with elite athletes, okay? Kids, if you push too hard as a parent, you don't lead by example yourself, it falls on deaf ears sometimes, okay? So you've got to be mindful. But Alex took action on his own health. Look at him, he's proud, his chest is up, big smile, getting muscle, getting jacked. That's all you worry about when you're 14. That's all I worried about. But your environment will dictate your performance. This is what I think is the missing key sometimes, is your environment. So if you change your environment, you'll change your habits. So if you're at home and it's not a healthy environment, or if you're at work, it's not a healthy environment, get to a healthy environment. If it's not normal to be healthy, if it's not normal to train 3 days a week or whatever it is, get to an environment. I think that's why, yes, it's the skills, the knowledge of nutrition and training that helps as well. But with MPH, I know even with my team, they go through their own transformations. It's the environment and culture that we've built, I think, that really is the difference. And I know I need to lead and do the same, so it carries over to them to influence them. All right? So there's pressure on me to keep up that standard. But if you're stuck and you've got struggles and you're really not getting and you're frustrated, you look in the mirror, you've got the hips, you're not happy with it, or you've got a blood test reading and it's come back not how you want it. Change your environment and it will influence your behaviors. The best nutrition strategy to combat the war against obesity. Super simple, all right? Yes, there's carnivore, yes, there's keto, Yes, there's intermittent fasting, but it's very, very simple. There's 4 main food groups I recommend, which is fished, hunted, plucked, and gathered. That's predominantly what you want your food to be made up of, okay? And you may have heard the saying, you are not what you eat, or you are what you eat. But you may have not heard the saying, we are not what we eat, we are what we eat and absorb. Okay, because it's true, it's not just what you eat, it depends how you assimilate it, how it goes through your digestive system. Do you have any digestive problems? Like when we sit down with clients, they'll think they're eating healthy foods, but it's actually causing a bit of gut problems and inflammation. I'm not going to cover each one here, it looks all clustered, but what predominantly want in our diet is high fiber. All right, so with the list in the user manuals that I've given you, there's foods in there that are high in fiber. It'll help keep you satisfied, great for fat loss. Stabilizing blood sugar, that's very important. I'll come to that in a second. We want a diet that doesn't screw up, doesn't allow any cheat days too often. And we want to eat foods that support your hormone health and digestion. And guys, simply with blood sugar, this is a big one I see. So I'll sit down with clients and they'll tell me, throughout the day, I'll have times where I'm super tired, where I'm walking around like a zombie, but then I'm super energetic one thing, and then, just up and down all the time with my energy. You got to really respect your blood sugar. So what we want to do is stabilize it. It's going to come up, we stabilize, and slowly drops down, all right? Your nutrition will influence that. What we don't want is your blood sugar to spike up and spike down often, okay, or excessively, because it will lead to increase of cravings, fatigue, higher body fat storage, and health issues. And this is like if you get up in the morning, you grab, a coffee, croissant, cereals that are high in sugars, Red Bull, soft drinks. They're okay sometimes, but the problem is we have them too often. So very simple nutrition framework that you can follow that'll get you out of the statistic and get you into 30% of Australians with body fat is pick a protein food choice, pick a healthy fat food choice. They're going to be the two. They're essential. Okay, you need them. Consume vegetables with most meals and manage your healthy carbohydrate food choice. All right? We live in an age of convenience. You've got Uber Eats, right? At a click of a button, you can get food. And I've seen it. I've seen ever since the lockdowns, clients that weren't in bad body fat before, they are now, because of the convenience and them just not moving as much, not walking between work, they're staying at home, it's too convenient to grab stuff out of the fridge. But you can make a decision to change all that. What foods equal that? You have a list in the book at page 24. Predominantly, they're all whole foods. Protein, healthy fats, starchy carbs. These are going to help stabilize your blood sugar, grow muscle. Who doesn't want to look jacked? And also, healthy fats are great for satiety, keeping you full, and hormone production. And I usually recommend, now everyone's a bit different when they need to eat, but 2+ meals per day, as long as you hit your macros. All right, 2+ meals per day. Quick one on body fat. Body fat targets I'll run through a second, but if you're higher in body fat, you will, what we've seen, have more issues potentially with blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol, lack of confidence obviously as well, chronic inflammation, blood sugar issues like with insulin, and heart implications. Healthy body fat ranges that we shoot for at MPH is 13 to 15% on men. When it's more athletic, it's 10% sub. With ladies, 23 to 25%. More athletic is sub 20%. All right, now that's numbers, but not everyone here I know has a body fat scan, and sometimes the scales aren't as consistent. But what I do recommend you do, and what you can do very simply, is actually start tracking. So using your scale weight fasted in the morning, jump on, body tape, body fat, dress size and clothing, and visual. Guys, a simple one is your hips for blood sugar, I found. So if your hip fat is higher, it's a sign of short-term blood sugar issues. Okay, so if you have a lot of fat around the hips, it could be short-term blood sugar issues with insulin. If you have a lot of fat in the back, I don't know if you guys have heard of HbA1c, which is not a good blood sugar marker if that's not good, right? But if you have a lot of fat around the hips and the back, it could be a sign your blood sugar is not that good. So even without getting body fat, you can take action just off visual checks. But the act of actually tracking will influence your behaviors. I get it. Sometimes you don't like what you see on the scale. I know, I hear it. Fuck. Right, I get it. But it will influence your behaviors. Quick touch on stress. We have fight or flight and rest and digest. You may have heard of that. This guy's not having a fun time. We have that though throughout everyday life. Okay, so the same response of stress as in being chased by a tiger comes with these days emails you don't like, working late on the computer at night, caffeine, excessive caffeine raises stress, inflammation, screen time, poor quality nutrition, poor quality of stress. So I see stress hormones because of technology, working environment, spiking a lot more over time now too, which impacts your health and body composition. Management tips, this is all in the book, guys, but to be straight honest, just clean up your nutrition, start exercising. One I like is Grateful Journal. For clients that really struggle with sleep or are really stressed with work, Grateful Journal before bed, you write down just 3 things you're grateful for. I had a mentor. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the movie 300. It's got, what his name, Jared Butler or whatever he is. And maybe the girls have his shirts off in it, so maybe that's why. Yeah, thought so. One of my mentors, Christian Maurice, so shout out Christian Maurice. He helps, he's a biologist, he's a functional medicine guy. I was doing mentoring with him, and I asked him, and I go, mate, he helped all those actors get into shape anyways, that's what I was saying. But I asked him, what's the number one issue you see with sleep? And I was thinking he's going to give me a supplement or something like that. He goes, Michael, the one thing I see is that people don't look forward to the next day. I was like, oh, that's interesting. Right? He goes, yeah, they don't look forward to the next day. So why would you wake up? Why would you want to go to sleep? Right? I was like, okay. So what we want to do is start appreciating what our day looks like, and then we'll look forward to the next day. So you can take all the supplements sometimes in the world, but sometimes it'll take appreciation to get better sleep, essentially. All right, now the last part here, your 90-day body transformation game plan. In the book, page 12, 3 goals. All right? I recommend you go home, you tick 3 boxes. Even if it's the one thing you do, your energy is going to flow wherever your goal is. You'll be aware of it, but you'll reflect. Pick 3 out of each one of those. Set a goal, write down what you need to do to achieve it, because at the end of the day, this is a game of inputs to get the output. All right? If you don't actually do the work, nothing will happen. You can write down, but write down what you need to do, and then you take action. And a basic to-do list, this is super simple. Like if you go, Mick, what's just a basic thing? 8,000 steps per day, great for fat loss and heart health. On average, every 5,000 steps burns around 250 calories, right? Burn off that cookie you ate on the way to work. Strength training 2 times per week, great for muscle, strength, hormone health, better body shape. Get to the gym or you can buy equipment at home. If you can, cardio 3 times per week. Heart rate 130 to 150, great for your heart health. Okay, and follow the nutrition philosophy in the book. It's tailored and works for all walks of life like I covered. Great for fat loss, muscle, energy, and getting fit. Supplements, I'm going to just give you my big 3. So there's certain supplements I like to use for different things, but my approach, so you understand, is usually like a sniper. We don't want to be like a shotgun with supplements, because it could be a waste of money or even cause more damage. But I like getting like blood tests and seeing what the client needs or if there's symptoms, and then being very specific with what's going to, be the thing to fill in the gap. But big 3 that I use most of the time with everyday Australians, with athletes, is going to be magnesium, specifically a nighttime magnesium. A lot of Australians are deficient in magnesium. Okay, we don't get enough from our food. So a nighttime, the reason I say a nighttime one is because if you get a daytime one and you have it at night, you're not going to sleep. Don't do that. I've had it happen with clients. Okay. Number 2 is going to be, magnesium is going to help your energy, recover, digestion, does a lot of things. Muscle contraction, okay, sleep and recovery. The other thing I want you to be aware of is fish oil. Fish oil is very good. And everyone goes, yeah, I know, Mick, I know. It's great for joint health, great for brain health, but I'm a practitioner with a company called Designs for Health. They're a really good brand. You can't get them over the shelf, unfortunately. You've got to get it as a prescription. But they did some really good studies. Did you know fish oil burns 10% of fat while you train? So if you like fat loss, take fish oil. That's my buy-in. All right. And then also too, just a good multivitamin, guys. That's kind of a safe big 3 for most parts, but always see, a health practitioner, see what'll work for you. All right, so I'm wrapping up now. And then Nate can teach you how to make money. But in the bag too, like I said, I've started a supplement company. It's been a year and a half in the making. I've gone through like 30 samples to get this damn thing done. But our first product's the coffee. Literally, I wanted to make it the same experience as a coffee, right? But it's got electrolytes, it's got protein in it, great for hair, skin, nails, and muscle. I've also put in something called African mango powder, which has great research for weight loss in terms of keeping you a bit fuller while you're dieting. All right. So I've given you a voucher there. Our website will be live soon. We're just getting it all ready, but there is a waiting list. So you can scan the flyer, go to the waiting list, and then use the code FIT10 for 10% off. I'm going to be working on other supplements as well, like with sleep teas and stuff like that, which I'm pretty excited for. But also too, if you guys need any help with your fitness, with your health goals, right? We have just a free discovery call, a free chat, and a free consult, just to see where you're at, where you want to go, and see if we can help. All right, so you have that as well in the book. You can just scan the QR code. Cool, and that's it. We're doing QA after. But guys, I appreciate you. Thank you for your time. And